What's up, everyone? Here with another confessional. All right, so last I left off, we swapped, we did the scavenger hunt, and I wasn't feeling so great. I mean, we did a lot of items, but there are a lot of the larger point items that we didn't get to do, so I was nervous that maybe we wouldn't be safe, especially because now we're down to 3 tribes. And my fear was correct. We lost and we had to go to tribal. Going into this tribal, I like I said, I started making those connections with Brandon, Emily, and Juan. Specifically, I feel pretty good with Brandon. The vibe was just right. We connected right away. I was honest with him and I told Brandon that, if we were to lose, sure, Owen's an easy vote because they're the only Zafiro member and they weren't being as active. But for me, I can't help but think maybe it's just going to continue being OG Perla Strong having the majority and just voting out, Owen, and then followed by Sheed and I, or myself and Sheed, whichever direction they want to go. So that did concern me, and I was vocal about that. And Brandon said that he had no intention of wanting to write down my name, and I said the same. And basically, when I talked to Sheed, I brought this idea up to you. I was like, do we want to try to see if Owen will vote with us and at least tie and try to go to rocks? I don't know. Just kind of thinking of all my options. And then we get on a call right before the challenge results, and basically results happen, we lose. Sheed is the only one not there, and Owen's like, should we vote out Sheed? And I was like, ugh. Owen, it was difficult because Owen didn't give us much, wasn't really around the weekend, did the bare minimum on the challenge. So I'm like, I can't work with someone or save someone to help my game if they're not really giving me much or if they're not here. So in my gut, I felt like we had to vote him out. And we did. And he was like, yeah. On his way out, he basically was like, yeah, I mean, I was probably just going to use y'all to get back to my OG Zafiros. And it's like, okay. But there was a big, big celebration at this tribal. I didn't get a vote. I was so happy. It ended up being, 5-1 on Owen, and the one that Owen voted for was Sheed. And so I was like, oh, thank goodness I didn't get a vote for once. So that leads us into this next round. Basically, lost Owen, or into this current round, I should say. We lost Owen, and we had to compete in our next challenge, which was a story time challenge. And it was basically the one where Prod will say it to one person, that person will say it to the next, until the next, until the next, until the last person is going to answer questions based off of what the previous people or person told them. So as we're deciding roles, Emily really wants to go first. She feels confident in that, and I was like, great. And then followed by Juan, and then Sheed, and then me. While I'm waiting for basically my turn to go, I was very bored. And it was taking a little bit, and so I was like, okay, hopefully they're just taking all the details, trying to get it all, whatever. Next thing I know, it gets to my turn, so I come on to hear from Sheed, and Sheed, I love Sheed so much. She did not have a lot of details for the story. It was just very generic, the premise of the story, and I was kind of frustrated because I was trying to get as much as I could out of him. And I relayed, honestly, I feel like I did a pretty good job in relaying 90-95% of what she told me. I think I remembered almost all of what he told me. Had he had more details in from the start, I think I could have gotten them, but I was just, I relayed that over to Brandon, and I was like, okay, in that position, I was like, I feel good with what I presented. Then we get to the questions. And so many questions come up that I have absolutely no idea about, and I was just getting increasingly frustrated. And I was trying so hard not to let it show, but I was like, oh my God, if we lose again, I'm gonna be pissed, because I just continue to go to tribals, and I'm tired of tribal council. I don't want to go back. So we haven't gotten results yet, but our score was 3 out of 10, and I'm not feeling confident. I feel like we're gonna go. But now things are starting to change a little bit. I've been building that connection with Emily. Emily and I have gotten, she feels a little nervous about leading the tribe on the story time and forgetting a lot of details. So I was trying to be good with her and be like, no, we got this, we can work together. Juan and I have been chatting a lot more too, so I feel good about those relationships that I don't think I will be the vote tonight if we go. I feel like it was gonna lean Sheed. However, Sheed finally came to me today, just not too long ago, and was like, I'm trying to work on trying to flip it on Emily. He's convinced that Emily wants him out fully, and he wants her out. And like, if he can get the momentum, I would do it, but I don't see Brandon or Juan flipping. So I just really don't know what's going to happen with that. I have yet to talk to Brandon or Juan after my conversation with Sheed. So I want to do that to just see where their head's at. But if there's a way to flip that, I would love to keep Sheed. I think Sheed would be loyal to me. But my heart, I feel like my gut is telling me that I have to let Sheed go in order to build trust with these OG Perlas. And that's what I ultimately want to do. But if Brandon and Juan want to flip, like I'm here for it. I feel bad because it'd be Emily after I just kind of was talking to her and telling her I wouldn't write her name down, but like that's the game. So lots going on in the background. If we have to go tonight, which I'm like 90% sure we will, I think it's going to be a little messy, but I'm just trying to keep my name and myself clear and keep it between Emily and Sheed, and hopefully it lands on one of them and not me. But yeah, that's pretty much all I got. So I will update more later. Bye.